Welcome back to the channel. I hope you are enjoying your stay here. Ever wonder what it's like to take a cold, scary, life-changing descent into the darkest depths, both literal and psychological, and come out as a survivor against all the odds, all the while meeting strange creatures on the way back? No? Stick around till the end to find out how she did it. Today, we're plunging into the claustrophobic terror of Neil Marshall's 2005 masterpiece, The Descent. This isn't just a creature feature, it's a visceral exploration of grief, betrayal, and the primal instinct for survival, all set within an uncharted labyrinth beneath the earth. Prepare for a heart-pounding review that will leave you breathless and perhaps a little afraid of the dark. Let's descend. Our story opens with Sarah, played by Shauna McDonald, experiencing unimaginable trauma. A horrific car accident claims the lives of her husband, Paul, and their young daughter. 1 year later, still reeling from her loss, Sarah reunites with her adventurous group of friends, the strong-willed Juno, the compassionate Beth, the pragmatic Rebecca, the free-spirited Sam, and the energetic Holly, to help Sarah heal and reconnect. Juno has organized a caving expedition in the Appalachian Mountains. However, in a move that immediately signals trouble, Juno has secretly led them into an uncharted cave system, hoping for a unique adventure. This decision, born from a misguided desire to impress and distract Sarah, becomes the first fatal crack in their foundation of trust. The initial descent into the cave is fraught with tension. The women are immediately confronted with extreme claustrophobia as they squeeze through narrow passages. Their fears are quickly realized when a rockfall blocks their only known exit, trapping them deep underground. Panic sets in, and the true danger of their situation becomes terrifyingly clear. No one knows where they are, and no one is coming to rescue them. As the women desperately search for another way out, the psychological pressure intensifies, and old wounds resurface. Sarah, already fragile, begins to experience disturbing hallucinations, blurring the lines between reality and her grief-stricken mind. But the true horror is yet to be revealed. Deep within the cave, they discover ancient cave paintings and evidence of a terrifying, subterranean ecosystem. They are not alone. They are being hunted by grotesque, blind, humanoid creatures known as crawlers, evolved to thrive in the perpetual darkness. These creatures are fast, agile, and utterly merciless. The first encounter is a brutal, chaotic ambush, plunging the group into a desperate fight for their lives. In a moment of panic and self-preservation, Juno accidentally strikes Beth with a pickaxe, leaving her for dead. Amidst the chaos, a shocking truth comes to light. Beth, injured and vulnerable, discovers a necklace belonging to Sarah's deceased husband, Paul. On it, an inscription reveals that Paul had been having an affair with Juno. This devastating betrayal, kept secret by Juno for a year, shatters Sarah's already fragile trust and adds a layer of human horror to the monstrous threat. This act of cowardice and betrayal fuels Sarah's rage and transforms her grief into a fierce will to survive. With Beth gone and the group fractured, Sarah undergoes a profound transformation. Her grief and trauma, combined with Juno's betrayal and the relentless attacks of the crawlers, harden her. She becomes a primal force of vengeance, embracing the darkness to fight fire with fire. The film shifts from a desperate escape to a brutal, almost animalistic struggle for survival. Sarah's encounters with the crawlers become increasingly violent and personal. She uses her environment, her cunning, and sheer brutality to dispatch the creatures, often in gruesome ways. Her descent into this primal state is both terrifying and empowering, as she sheds her victimhood and becomes a formidable hunter herself. The remaining survivors, Sarah and Juno, eventually reunite for a final, harrowing confrontation. Sarah, fueled by the revelation of Juno's affair and the abandonment of Beth, confronts Juno. In a moment of poetic justice, Sarah wounds Juno, leaving her to face the crawlers alone, mirroring Juno's earlier abandonment of Beth. This act of vengeance, while understandable, blurs the lines between hero and monster, leaving the audience to question the true nature of humanity in extreme circumstances. The descent concludes with an ambiguous, haunting ending, leaving Sarah either trapped in the cave, hallucinating her escape, or briefly reaching the surface only to be dragged back down. This lack of clear resolution amplifies the film's themes of inescapable trauma and the cyclical nature of violence. Neil Marshall masterfully uses claustrophobia, psychological horror, and creature design to create a truly terrifying and unforgettable experience. The film is a powerful commentary on how external threats can expose and exacerbate internal conflicts, making the human monsters as terrifying as the literal ones. If this deep dive into the terrifying world of The Descent left you on the edge of your seat, make sure to hit that like button, share this video with a fellow horror fan, and subscribe to our channel for more chilling movie recaps and analyses. What's your interpretation of the ending? Let us know in the comments below. And now, for a rare nugget of information about the movie, did you know that director Neil Marshall initially intended for the film to have an all-male cast? However, after a producer suggested changing the cast to all-female, Marshall realized it would significantly enhance the film's themes, adding layers of psychological complexity, interpersonal drama, and a unique dynamic to the survival horror genre. This decision ultimately contributed to the film's critical acclaim and enduring impact. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.